good evening, and welcome to Tea Time.
Welcome to Tea Time. I'm back from hiatus. I took off the month of August. I hope everyone had a great August. I actually went to Italy. I said 3 years ago to this gentleman to the left of me, oh my God, I've never been to Italy. I want to go. And I've since gone, and I had a fabulous 13 days in Italy. And I'm just glad to be back doing Tea Time. Let me talk about my weekend real quick, and I'll introduce my guest. Friday, I started celebrating my birthday, which was actually on Saturday, the 6th. But Friday night, I met Monica and Linda from Chasing Fabulous in Levittown on Hempstead Turnpike. The Lutheran church there does a food truck Friday night. So there was a lot of different food and vendors, and they had a beautiful cake for me, which was very nice. And my girl, Kristen Tinsley, showed up, and my beautiful friend, Matthew Ponzo, showed up. So thank you for coming to that. Saturday, my family was excited to go to Connecticut to see my 98-year-old aunt, who's actually my godmother. So everyone forgot my birthday on Saturday, but there she is, my beautiful Aunt Vita Rizzo. Vita Rizzo lived in Massapequa for over 40 years and 98, and that's my grandfather's sister, and she's beautiful. And the next pick is my family. That's myself and my mom and dad and my aunt and my brother and his beautiful wife, Nicole, my sister-in-law. And my aunt cried when she saw my mother because, you know, my aunt's one of the oldest living relatives now, and she was so excited to see us. So we had a beautiful day in Connecticut. And then yesterday, Ralph Bracco and I went to the city. If we want to pick up C, there we are. We're in the theater at a wonderful festival, seeing Paul next to me and his wonderful, wonderful show, Replica. And we're going to talk about that a little later. But you could show pick D, because after the show, we did Paul's podcast in the city. And then there's a pic of the three of us together. So it was a full, fun day in Manhattan yesterday with Paul. So Paul is back. Paul was actually on my show 3 years ago, next month, right? October, I think it was October 17th or something. Wow. And he was in season 3, episode 25. Yeah, October 17th, 2022. He's an actor, he's a writer, producer, director. And I'm so glad that while he's in New York, he was able to get his behind in that seat again. Yes. You know, it's the same place, but different set.
Yeah.
This time.
You've expanded.
Yeah. Bobby's expanded. We took over next door. He's got another room there. And, you know, you saw the set. It looks a lot different
than
the last time we were here.
Got a fireplace now. It's nice and warm in here. Yeah.
So listen, I want to talk about you and what you've been doing. I want to also reiterate stuff that we talked about last time for people who didn't get to see you, and then talk about what you've been doing since I last saw you. But Paul Tully is half Italian.
Yes.
Quarter Greek, quarter Irish.
That's right.
Correct?
That's right.
And your mother's maiden name is?
Giulianelli.
Giulianelli. I love how you say that.
Yeah. I was just thinking, wow, listening to you talk and coming back to New York is always great, because just hearing you talk about your family and hearing the last names, and you know, it gives me so I don't know, warm feelings, you know, thinking of my family.
It's like reminiscing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
In LA where I'm at now, there's not a lot of Italians, and if there are, they're so spread out and scarce. So you know, it's really mainly I live in a Latino community. So.
Yeah, because you moved to LA.
Yeah, I live in Downey, California, which is a heavily Latino community. A lot of people came out of there though. Karen Carpenter, a lead singer of Metallica, a lot of really interesting musicians came out of the city of Downey. And now it's a really heavy Latino community. It's a beautiful community, but you know, it's not a lot of Italian culture there. So.
Well, you actually grew up in Greenwich Village.
Yeah.
13th and Hudson.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
And you know, you went to St. Bernard's.
That's right.
Then you went to PS 41.
Right.
Then you went to IS 170.
Wow. Yeah.
And then you went to Humanities High School.
Correct.
Right. And you played a lot of sports as a kid.
Did I tell you all this, or you researched this somehow?
Well, I had to look back. I had to look back. It's been 3 years, Paul.
Yeah, yeah.
But I remember a lot of our conversation because it was a great show. You could actually watch the first show on YouTube if you want, because listen, I'm so glad you're here again.
Oh, thank you.
Really, because
I'm honored.
What we talked about last time is just as important back then as today. Yeah. You, for the most part, were a good kid when you were younger.
Yeah.
But when you were 11 years old, you actually took acting lessons, like for a year, right?
I did, yeah. HP Studios in the Village off Bank Street.
Yeah.
And my dad he had a friend that was an actress and around the neighborhood. Obviously, Greenwich Village is a million actors and stuff. But you know what's funny is I wasn't aware. I was so unaware of my surroundings.
Right.
I didn't realize how many artists and celebrities actually were in that community.
Yeah.
But
well, you were young.
I was young.
You were young,
right?
And you know, your mom and dad had divorced, and you came to New York with your dad. Your sister stayed with your mom.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
And
I was born in LA.
Yeah.
And I would come out for the summers. I didn't actually move to New York till the 5th grade.
Right. But like I said, for the most part, you were a good kid. But when you moved to LA, you kind of fell into, you know, a bad crowd. Like you got in trouble a little bit.
A lot of trouble. Yeah. I kind of messed around in New York, like when I hit high school, you know, just like local kid stuff, you know, graffiti, things like this that were going on in 89, 90 in New York City. But when I got to LA, it got a little bit different because we moved back to California when I was in high school. Right. And I got with the wrong crowd there. Yeah. Started getting into heavier things.
Right. Yeah. Right. And you joined the Navy. Yeah. Thank you for your service. We could put up H, please. Yeah, there you are. Look at that young guy. And then we got you in full uniform in the next picture. Yeah. And then while you're there, Bobby, let's jump back to G, because this was us 3 years ago when we did the show on the other side. Awesome. Different backdrop and everything. Thank you. And then you joined the Navy. You were in the Navy from 2001 to 2005. Correct. Right. And I know you joined, I think, in February. That's right. Right. And then September 9/11 happened. That's right. And that hit close to home because your cousin Nicole was in the towers that day. Yeah. And she was actually late to work that day. She was late. Yep. She worked in the beauty salon in the towers. And it was one of the only days she was late. I mean, she was at the site of Ground Zero when the towers collapsed. But fortunately, she had got there as the tower was collapsing. Unfortunately collapsing, but fortunately for her, she survived. And I know that day impacted you like so many of us. Definitely. You know, it's just a day that, you know, stays with us. Yeah, and her brother Patrick, my cousin Patty boy, he's on the job. Yes. So he did work the sites, and so the family was definitely you know, involved in that. I was in the military. Talking about on the job, after the Navy, you wanted to become a cop. I did. And if that, you listen, I had I wish my background investigator could see this, because she was amazing. Yes. And because you were very, very, very honest. I wanted to get on that job so bad. And I had a background investigator from the Bronx. She was amazing. She pushed my packet. And on Saturday, before the academy class started, I was supposed to start the police academy on Monday. Right. On Saturday, we got a call that her supervisor, Wouldn't put it through.
Wouldn't put it through because I had this arrest in California when I was young.
It was like a misdemeanor, kind of young. You were young and stupid, and they should have just said, he's older now, he's smarter.
Yeah.
Maybe he learned a lesson.
Yeah, it was after I served in the military. Even my background investigator was like so blown away. She couldn't believe. She's like, this is ridiculous. I hadn't been in trouble. And at that time, it had been 6 years. I was clean and sober.
Right.
4 years in the military, no trouble. But they wouldn't let me in, which led me to the arts.
Where you are today.
But I did really want to be on the job.
So we always said things happen. There are no accidents in life. Things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
And God wanted you on a different path.
Yeah.
You know? And look where you are today. He's on tea time. That's where he is.
Tea time.
But you wanted to take advantage of the GI Bill that you had, because if you don't use it within 10 years, you lose the money?
At the time, I think they may have changed that now. I'm not 100% sure. I think the VA may have changed that. You could fact check me. But yeah, at the time, I believe you had 10 years to use it. Or I believe you lose it. So I was like, well, I definitely don't want to lose.
No. It was a nice chunk of change.
Absolutely. I think it was like 40-something.
It was $48,000.
$48,000.
Yeah. So you decided, I want to go to college.
Yeah.
And as you're registering, you happen to notice some kind of acting class, and it kind of caught your eye?
Yeah, honestly, it was just I didn't want to really go to college. I didn't want to do work.
Right.
I just want to get my money, and you have to be in classes to get this monthly check.
Yeah.
And I saw some theater class, and I thought, man, I love Pacino. I love these guys. I thought, man, maybe I could act. I would always think that watching movies. I think we all do that.
Yeah.
You watch a movie and you go, I could do that,
Yeah.
So I figured, why not? Let's take a shot and take a theater class. They're going to pay me to do it.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I signed up for some.
It was a community college,
Community college,
Community college?
Cerritos Community College. It's in California. It's near where I live now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild. Isn't it wild how things happen, though?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's really, what we're going to do? We're going to take my first break. But when we come back, we're going to talk about what happened after that community college. So don't go away. We'll be back.
Well, hi there, Theresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Tea Time on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Theresa. Bye.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me. I'm back from my hiatus. It's September 8th. Did I mention that? It's September 8th. And summer's almost over. I think technically we have till September 22nd. So we got a couple of more weeks. And Thursday it's supposed to be 80 degrees. So I actually might hit the beach, It's like I got to soak that in as much as I can. So tell me the story. I know the story. But tell me the story about when you were in class. This kid came up to you. It's an incredible story. And told you about Jesus hops the A train.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Did I catch you off guard?
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah,
that was an incredible story.
So that's funny. I just actually messaged the playwright to come to.
Did you? That's
play.
Steven.
Steven, yeah. I was in class and they were reading like Shakespeare and different classical works, and I wasn't too turned on.
I wasn't either.
Yeah, I was kind of like, oh, okay. And then this guy in class had handed me a play by Stephen Alighieri and Jesus Hops A Train. He said, "Hey, read this. I think you might like it. I think the vernacular might resonate with you."
Right.
And I read that play, and that's I went, wow. I didn't know there were people writing for my type.
Right, like blue collar, regular people.
New York City.
Yeah.
I mean, he specifically writes a lot of New York City, blue collar pieces.
Yeah.
And I really dug that writing, and then I started getting more of his plays.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I mean,
You've had full circle moments with a lot of people.
A lot of full circle moments
in your lifetime.
Yeah.
And we're gonna definitely hit upon those. But let's hit upon 2004 when you did Tiger Cruise, which was the first time you did background work.
Right.
Actually as a sailor.
Right.
On the ship.
Yeah.
Right. And that was with Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman and Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, they were filming a movie called Tiger Cruise on our actual on the aircraft carrier, John C. Stennis, and Tiger Cruise is basically a real thing in the military. When we're coming back from deployment in the Navy, we stop in Pearl Harbor, and families are able to come onto the ship.
Yeah.
And my father actually did it and sail back to San Diego with us. So they get like 5 days of living on a ship, actually sailing.
So cool.
Yeah, and they get to learn what we do. So they made this movie called Tiger Cruise. It was a Disney production.
Yeah.
But it was also about the aftermath. It was about a Tiger Cruise that was happening and when 9/11 happened. So yeah, so we were at muster one day and our chief said, listen, after we got our orders, and he said, by the way, if anybody wants to be an extra in this movie, go downstairs and sign up.
Yeah.
And I did. I was like, I want to be in a movie. So I was in that movie.
And then 2012, you did A0, which was a short also. And that was all in Spanish, right? I think.
A0. Oh, yes. This was a USC film.
Yes.
Yeah. I honestly, for a second, Blake,
this was before the woke thing that we talked about.
Yeah, actually, it's funny.
Remember?
Because I was playing, Mexican American. My dialogue was in Spanish.
Yeah.
I had to learn the Spanish for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably I wouldn't play that now.
Right.
But yeah, A0. Yeah, that's right.
And then you did Obsession. And then you did Obsession, which was a short.
USC film.
Yep. And then in 2013, the next year, you did Life of a King.
Life of a King.
And that was with Cuba Gooding Jr.
Correct.
And then you did Corrosion, which was also.
That was an indie project, Corrosion.
Yeah. And then 2015, I think this is when you did your first SAG was Agent X.
No, 1155 was my first SAG.
Oh, 1155 was. Okay.
Yeah, that was a film with John Leguizamo and Julia Stiles.
That's pick J, please. Mentioning John. Let's show John, shall we? No, that's not John. I'm sorry.
That's Nicky.
That's the wrong pick. I'm sorry. That's Nick Totoro. I'm sorry.
That's okay. But yeah,
that was 2016. You did 1155.
Yeah, and then maybe I did do Agent X. Was that 2015? I don't know. But yeah, Agent X was a Sharon Stone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was my first network co-star role.
And then 2017, you did Small Shorts, which was a
Small
TV
Shots.
series. Small Shots.
Yeah, that was a project by Jeremy Luke and Joey Russo.
Yeah.
Great Gabrielle Walsh. Some really tremendous actors were. Now, I didn't know any of them at the time.
Right.
They're all
just
very
met them.
dear friends now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of knew Jeremy Luke. That's how I got into that show. And Gabrielle Walsh, I didn't know her at the time at all. I met her much later and now is a very dear friend. So, yeah, just working on projects.
It's so cool. 2018, we could put a pick K, please. You did Crossroads, which is actually, this is the second short that you wrote, produced, and directed, correct?
Yes.
And you shot that in the city?
We shot that in the city.
Yeah.
We actually shot that in the apartment building I grew up in. That's on the rooftop
of
my apartment where I used to sit at night and look at the buildings. Yeah, that was a really cool project.
You did Father Militant, which was a TV pilot.
Yeah, that was a TV pilot in LA. I played,
You wrote a TV series called 99 Sets.
99 Seats.
And then pick L, because we have to talk about L, because you did Kingpin. All right, let's leave that. Let's leave that there a second. So you're all the way to the left.
Yeah.
Right, and then who's next to you?
I don't have my glasses on.
Then you have Ralph Bracco's there.
Ralphie.
There you are.
Yeah, that's us in Bogota, Colombia, playing the Gambino crime family.
You played Roy DeMeo.
I played Roy DeMeo. He's such a charming man.
How long were you in Bogota?
We were there for a couple weeks.
Yeah?
That was a great. Honestly, that was a standout moment in my life. Like I met some great guys. You see Ralph there, Craig Ravella, who's in my play right now in New York City.
Yeah.
Dennis, who was in my short Crossroads. I put Dennis in there. Gene, John, may he rest in peace. John, who played John Gotti in that.
Yeah.
Joe, I'm sorry. He played John Gotti.
Yeah.
He passed away recently.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 years ago, cancer.
Wow. Well, you're a little heavier there. Obviously, you're much bigger.
You know what? I like
here.
the pictures of me in the Navy. I really none have been.
You know, like the two of us, and we talked about the weight issue last time you were here.
Yeah.
You know, you lose weight, you'll gain weight for a part. How food is my addiction, and I cope with that on a daily basis, and it's a struggle.
Yeah,
it's a struggle because we love food.
When was I here? What year was
ago.
that?
That was 2022.
2022. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and then that was great because you made such, like I said, great friends, including Ralph.
Yeah.
2019, you did This Close, which was a TV series, and you play a homophobic nurse.
Yeah.
Right, and the lead character was a deaf gay person.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, this show was pretty interesting. I showed up on the first day on set, and I'm shooting my scene.
Yeah.
And I take a break, and then I watch a lead actor shooting, and I tell this woman who was playing another actress. I said, "Wow, he's in character, you know." And she goes, "What do you mean?" And I said, "No, this guy's really like, he's on it." She goes, "But what do you mean?" I go, "Well, doing the deaf thing." And she goes, "Paul, he's deaf."
Right.
And I said, "Get out of here." The lead actor of this show was really deaf.
Yeah.
And he was leading this whole show. I don't know. It blew. I mean, it's fine, but it blew my mind.
No, yeah, absolutely.
That he was like running this whole show, and he was deaf. You know.
You wrote, produced, directed with an all-female cast.
Yeah.
Atonement.
Yes. That's a beautiful script.
Let me tell you something. I love that concept. Tell everyone the concept of it.
Yeah, Atonement was a piece that I wrote about a white supremacist female Black Panther kind of African American activist and a Mexican American revolutionist. All these women were locked in a mental hospital for the criminally insane, and they're in this like a therapy session throughout the film, but they're in a turns out they're all from different eras, and it's actually purgatory, and they're trying to atone for their sins.
And who's the therapist?
And the therapist is Jesus, but they don't know this until they start atoning.
Yeah.
And then Jesus takes them.
It's so great. It just is so great.
Thank you.
2020, you did Content is King, which was a TV series. You produced that, right?
I was a producer on that. Yeah.
And then,
that was more of a like, Content is King was great. We did some festivals.
And then pick M, please. You did the Apocalyptic Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
Which that's a pick of one of the rehearsals that I pulled. How much fun was that?
Yeah, I'm proud of that film.
Yeah.
That film was I mean, I didn't write or direct that. I was an actor in it.
Yeah.
But that film was written by a woman with autism, and her husband was her caregiver.
Right.
And they fell in love.
Yeah.
And they went on, and they're creatives, and she wrote the script and he produced it, and it focuses on autism. And I played a nasty guy in that movie who's really taken advantage and kind of take this kid with autism and have him do robberies for me and stuff. Isn't that not a nice guy?
Yeah.
But the film was pretty beautiful, and it did well. And I think it's out on Hulu or something.
All right. So check that out.
Yeah.
2023, you did Captain Estupido, which was a short.
Yes.
You played Jerry.
I played Jerry. I was also, I start off as a nasty character, but I have an arc, and I was kind of nice. That was a good film. We shot that here in New York, actually upstate in, I forget the town, but it's upstate New York. Yeah.
You shot that? Yeah, you shot.
Was it Nowak? No, is that right?
What? Nyack.
Nyack.
You actually were shooting that the week you were here doing my interview.
There it is.
You were like, I'm filming this week upstate. Yeah. So that's when you filmed it, which was really cool.
Project.
And in the same year, Pick N, Please, as in Nancy, you did Murder Motel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my baby.
And that's your baby.
That's my baby.
You wrote it, you directed it.
Yes.
And that was with Mickey
Rourke. Yeah.
and Jeremy. And where was that filmed?
So we filmed Murder Motel in Los Angeles. The original title for that is Replica, like my play.
Right.
But when distribution bought the movie, they changed my title.
Yeah.
But yes, that's my baby. That is a project I put a lot of passion into. I had a great team, some great investors that came through.
Well, let's talk about Replica, because Replica is something that you wrote.
Mm-hmm.
And I love this story too, because you've never written before.
Right.
And you met someone who decided, Seth, who decided to teach creative writing classes, right? And then use the money towards a play. Yeah. So he said to you, what? I want you to go home. I want you to write 2 characters, 1 location, and just something you know about.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And in your head, in 2015, right? This was 2015?
Yeah.
Right? So you're talking 10 years ago. In your head, you wrote down Mickey in a motel with Paul.
Yeah.
And you knew in your head back then, you were thinking Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
So how freaking crazy is it that 10 years later, he's doing your movie?
Yeah, it's wild.
I mean, that's what they call that? Manifesting?
Right.
Hello.
Right.
I mean, I mean, do you pinch yourself when you say this is really happening?
You know what? I try to not think so much, because these things happen. They seem to keep happening.
Yes.
So I just keep trying to stay on the same course, you know? I mean, that one is wild when I sit back and think about it. I mean, I don't know Mickey Rourke from anybody. Just one of my favorite actors. You're right. When I was writing the character, I thought, oh, Mickey, because I love Mickey Rourke. And I thought this would be such a great character for him.
Right.
You know, but I mean, I had no idea, no clue.
Like
that
a full circle
10
moment.
years later.
And then we could put up Pick R, please, because then your dad got to hang out with him, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, look at that.
Right?
The Pope of Greenwich Village with the maniac of Greenwich Village, my dad himself, Paul Tully.
That's great.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's a great moment. You know, as a kid,
thank you.
My dad would take me to, you know, we grew up in the village. So my dad's from the village, born and raised. And my grandpa, I mean, we've been in that neighborhood a long time, but we would play at Houston Street Park all the time, stickball. And that's where, you know, Mickey Rourke did his whole dance in the Pope of Greenwich Village. You know, so that was cool to have them on set together. And I actually put my dad in the scene with him. He plays one of Mickey Rourke's crew.
Wow.
So that was a cool moment.
We could put up Pick P, and then Q, which was, okay, so this was Sunday.
Yeah.
This is the play.
Yeah.
Ralph took a couple of shots, so I figured I'll throw them up there. And so again, it originated as a play.
Yeah.
Then you turned it into a short.
Mm-hmm.
And then you turned it into the film.
Yep.
And actually 3 years ago when you were here, you showed it at the Chelsea Film Festival in the city.
Yep.
And got great reviews. I mean, everyone who sees the show, now let me tell you something. Ralph and I, we went yesterday. We were blown away. I mean, he saw the movie. I saw clips from the movie. I didn't see the whole thing.
Sure.
But like I told you on your podcast, it is so raw and so real and so emotional. Like you really connect and feel with each character, even though you might or might not have something in common with them. And I know you, when you write, do throw some reality in there from your life.
Of course.
So how does the process all start for you?
Yeah, you know, I guess I'm not smart enough or touchy enough to not write the truth. So when I was writing this script, I just figured, why not just put the ugliest parts of my life?
Because you went home because they kept saying, make it into a movie, make it into a movie. And you like locked yourself in a room for 14 days and just wrote and wrote and wrote.
Yeah. I mean, I wrote the play in 14 days.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, adapted the screenplay, but most of the meat is in the play, which what you saw yesterday.
Right.
And
which is incredible. And we want to tell everyone they could see it this Saturday.
Please, yeah.
They could see it this Saturday. Tell them where they could see it.
Yeah,
it's
at the Amphitheater on 45th Street. You could go to my social media.
11 a.m.
11 a.m. We got the early slot. So if you want a heavy, dark play to go see at 11 a.m.
It wakes you up. It wakes you up.
Yeah. But, it's a beautiful story. And we're talking about the human condition. It's heavily formed on addiction and acceptance. And we're definitely tackling topics that aren't comfortable to talk about or see. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's nothing out there like that. And I think that's what makes it so unique and so different and so moving. Really.
Thank you.
I mean, there's some, gasping moments. There's some chuckle moments in there. Like you throw a little of everything. But the part that got me was at the end when you call your mom. Because it's a very emotional scene and you lost your mom.
Yeah.
And I know how making that call, it's so raw and so there. You know what I mean? Because it's something that you probably want to do on a daily basis. So,
I get to do it now.
Yeah.
What's cool is I wrote this play before my mom passed.
Yes.
My mother's actually in the movie as well. One thing about the movie that was cool, I was able to get my father and my mother in there. There's a flashback scene of the family in the film.
That's priceless.
I'll tell
you'll have forever.
No, I'll tell you what's more priceless. With the flashback scene in the film, when they, spoiler, but they do a flashback where we go back to this Italian Christmas. And, I went to the house that my grandmother that we grew up in. That's after my grandma died, it got sold because the sisters, all had different places. You know how that goes. So the family home had got sold. And, everybody kind of had new locations. So I went back to that house, and the family that lived there is a Mexican family. And they don't speak English. So I brought one of the associate producers, Norma, with me, and she spoke in Spanish, and we showed them pictures of me as a kid in their living room and stuff. So they knew, and I said, listen, I'm shooting this movie. And at first they were thinking, long story short, they let me come shoot the movie. We brought trucks and crews from Hollywood, and we shot the flashback scene, and I used my actual family. I mean, I could have used actors. We had the budget, but I thought, what an amazing moment to recreate Christmas.
Yeah.
With my family in my nonna's house.
Oh my God.
Where we all celebrated Christmas.
Yeah.
So my son was the only one that couldn't make it that day. He couldn't get out of work, and that will haunt me till the day I die. But every other member of my nonna's bloodline that was in that scene in the movie.
Nice.
And my mom's gone now. So to answer your question, before she died, she got to see the play done. I never played the role. Like I directed the play.
Lead, right? You wanted the lead back then.
No, I wanted even in the movie. I wanted to direct, but now I'm playing the lead here in New York.
And you do a fantastic
Thank
job.
you so much.
Yeah.
But I got to see my mom in the audience watching that phone call to her, and the way it would just make her cry. So now that she's passed, when I'm doing it, it is nice. I feel like I'm talking to her.
Yeah.
So it is. I don't know.
You feel it
special.
It definitely is. All right, let's take a break, and we'll be back. Don't go away.
How you doing? It's Sal, the voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Theresa Farrell, Tea Time with Theresa Farrell. And make sure you follow Theresa on Facebook, Tea Time with Theresa Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love it. We're coming back. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me. Actor, writer, producer, director Paul Tully is here. He's in LA now, but he's in New York doing his play. If you are not doing anything this Saturday, the 13th, please go see it. It's at 11 a.m. in the city. I will
Yeah.
post it on my page. Paul Tully has it on his page. Go to Facebook, Paul Tully, and he's also on Instagram as P Tully UTM.
Yeah.
Correct. So go there. The information is there. It's an amazing show. It really is. I mean, it blows me. It blows me away. It did. I want to continue
Yeah.
with pick O, please. Something you directed. It was a short film.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Nuestra Santa Lucia.
Yes. This was a short that you directed, and you filmed it in LA and Mexico City. And it was an all Latino cast, and it was all in Spanish.
Correct. Actually, the writer of this is here in your studio today.
Really? And who's that?
This is Norma Flores. She
Norma
wrote this.
Flores. Shout out to Norma.
It's a beautiful film, and actually one of the DPs, one of the cinematographers, is here too.
And shout
Angel
out.
Jimenez.
There you go.
Incredible. So yeah, we shot that in Los Angeles and Mexico,
Right.
outside of Puebla, Mexico, in a
Okay.
place called Atlisco.
Mm-hmm.
And that was an incredible experience, because I mean, obviously I'm not a Latino, and it was my first time going down to Mexico. I've been to like Tijuana before, but going to
of course you have.
I was in the Navy. But why did I say that? Just to visit, to buy gum.
Yeah.
But my first time going out like deep into Mexico, like Mexico City and Puebla, it's about 2 hours out of Mexico City.
Hey, speaking about Mexico, because I got to bring this stuff up, Mexico City.
Yeah.
Dude, grasshoppers.
Oh, yeah.
Grasshoppers.
Yeah, I was just there last week.
I'm watching a video of you eating grasshoppers.
Yeah, this is a delicacy down there.
Is it like, all right, so you said it was crunchy, but I mean, is it like protein like crickets or something? Like,
it's just crunchy. It tastes like it's like cornflakes with flavor. I don't know. I didn't love it, but
I don't think you did, but you did your best.
I did my best.
I have to say,
when in Rome.
I didn't think you took a second bite.
No, yeah. When in Rome, right? You do what the Romans
No, listen,
do.
I give you
So
credit because I'm not that adventurous. I'm really not. I mean, one time we went to Florida and we went at a buffet, and my mother's putting this stuff in her plate, and she goes, "Oh, what's this delicious looking stuff?" And they're like frog's legs, and she's like, "Okay."
She put them back.
She's like, "No, I'm sorry.
Hey,
I'm not trying
I'll be honest though. For anybody that goes to Mexico or tries, it wasn't bad. It's just in my mind. It kind of messed with me because I was thinking of the grasshopper. But other than that, I mean, they were tasty. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's too funny, just too funny. Now you speak fluent Spanish now, correct?
No, not at all. But,
no, but you're getting by with it.
Yeah, I mean, what we did on Santa Lucia was what was great. The writer Norma Flores, what we did was she wrote 2 scripts.
Okay.
Because I turned down directing that multiple times because I kept telling her I think you should find maybe like a Latina, or there's Latina directors that are maybe a woman of color that like in the times we're in. So I was kind of playing that whole card, like maybe I'm not right as a white guy, and she was like no, and she got me on. With all of my stories, whether Crossroads, Replica, Murder Motel, Atonement, I use spiritual aspects into all my writing.
Yes, you do.
And that's what she wanted to touch in Santa Lucia. And it's a beautiful story based off her mother's immigration to America from Mexico. So, but there's
dark, dark and spiritual.
Very spiritual, and it's beautiful. So she wrote the script, one script in English, one script in Spanish, and she was on set with me every day. So what I was able to do was actually, for any directors out there, what's amazing about it was almost like directing if you can't hear, right? Because now I was I told her, just let me know if the pronunciation's wrong.
Right.
All I was looking at was the intent of the actors. So I wasn't focused on, because you get tricked by actors' words. Like when an actor's really good and they got a good line of stuff and they can talk. Sometimes you actually, so instead I was only watching the physical intentions. And then I just counted on her to say, hey, they're not saying that right.
Right.
So it was a cool experience to direct in Spanish. So to answer your question, no, I'm not fluent in Spanish. I did get brought in 3 times for that show Snowfall, which John Singleton had wrote, which was an amazing show for one of the lead characters. And I had to do 8 pages in that audition in Spanish. So I'm able to learn other languages for audition, or if I get the pages, give me a day or 2 and I could do it in that language.
Right.
But I'm not fluent.
You understand it more than speak it?
I can understand it a little bit.
Yeah. We talked about that when it comes to my Italian.
Right.
You know?
Similar.
Let's talk about let's get back to Replica for a second, if that's okay, because when you were showing it in LA, which was incredible, you had some really amazing people come to see the show. A few people from the cast of This Is Us actually came to the show, and again, just wonderful accolades throughout. Everyone's seen this. Tell me the story, which I know, but tell them the story about Malcolm X's daughter.
Oh, yes. So Replica started as a 1-act. And we were doing it one night. And
14-page 1-act, right?
14-page 1-act. And we were doing a show, and Ambassador Shabazz came, Malcolm X's daughter.
Right.
And, I remember the lead actress in the plays, African-American, and she has to do some things on stage with a neo-Nazi, which is uncomfortable. And she was so nervous. I remember, like, Malcolm X's daughter's here, and which made me nervous. I was thinking, wow, man, they're going to think like, what did I write?
And
after the show, she requested to meet me, and she told me that she thought it was a tremendous play, and that more writers should be as honest and fearless in their writing as I was. And I took that as a huge compliment.
Oh, how can you not? I mean, come on. Amazing. Well, like I said, you had in the movie Replica, you had James Russo. Alexander Gray. Right? Jeremy Luke, Mickey Rourke, Nick Totoro, which we could put up that pic now of Nick. Nick, if you want. That's Jay. Thank you. That's the right pic. I actually worked with, not directly. I did something in Philly called Recipes for Love, and he was there, and I got to see him work.
He's great
with some other people, and
Nick is a great guy. Man. I really like.
He's
Nick,
great. He really is great. You also credit, like I said, your writing to Seth, who really started you on the writing journey. No?
Yeah. I mean. Yeah,
with the workshops, and kind of like getting started.
Absolutely.
Where do you begin?
Seth is
because you really had no intentions of being a writer. You wanted to act.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't really call myself a writer. In the means
you need to get over that.
Well, I mean that in the sense of, look, I'm a writer, but I also respect that there's people in different crafts and different levels of craft that take things super serious.
Yes.
So even when we say I'm an actor, but it's like, then there's actors like, that like there's levels to it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm a writer. I don't know if I fancy myself the kind of writer who just writes all day and has to master and hit and do 20 rewrites and drafts. I try to write things.
Well,
I don't judge it.
You also said that most of the stuff you write, everything you write is a little autobiographical.
Absolutely.
And that your work is dark with a spiritual undertone in it. And in 2013, which we're going to put up pic S as in Sam, please. Seth wrote this, and you were in Handball. That's the cast of Handball.
That's right.
Right? And
that's in Central Park.
Yeah, in Central Park. You performed that in the city.
That's right. That was an amazing experience.
How much fun was that?
That was incredible. Growing up in New York City and going to Central Park.
Yeah.
And going there with my father. As a kid, we would do the rowboats. I was actually just there today.
You were in Central Park today.
Yeah, today, scouting for we're going to shoot something. And I was just reminiscing of my childhood. So, it's funny you bring up that picture of Handball. We got to perform in Central Park. John Leguizamo was also doing a play there as part of Summer Jam. Yeah, Seth Rosenfeld, he's a tremendous talent and a real writer. And, of course, I'm always grateful that he taught that class.
Tell me, can you put up T, please? Because I pulled this, but you have to tell me what it's from because I couldn't figure it out.
Oh, yeah. This is wow. Where'd you pull that?
I got my ways.
Oh my goodness, that is I believe that's a college production.
It was way back.
Was it De Donde? I think that might have been a production called De Donde.
Okay. I wasn't sure, but I was like, that's kind of cool because it's I love period pieces.
Or Grapes of Wrath or something. I don't know. I did a couple of the classics when I was in college.
And then let's put up You, because you is you.
Okay.
You is you.
Yeah, on
Behind the
location.
scenes,
That was great.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, listen, we're going to take my last break, and when we come back, we're going to talk to Paul about his podcast and what he's up to.
Yes.
We'll be back after this.
Doc, who's the best comedian you know?
Theresa Farrell.
And who's the best actress you know?
Theresa Farrell.
And who's the best cast member in Bad Boys?
Teresa Farrell.
Who's got the best radio?
Teresa Farrell.
Doc, who's your favorite Jimmy?
Teresa Farrell.
Who are you loving right now?
Teresa Farrell.
All right, Doc, I love you too, baby.
Love you as always.
Thank you.
Wow.
Hey, everybody, it's tea time. I'm back, baby, back from hiatus, and I'm here with Paul Tully as an actor, writer, director, producer. He's had an amazing career, a lot of full circle moments in his life and his career. Before we talk about the podcast, though, I do want to hit it on Short Eyes.
Oh,
because that's an incredible story.
Yeah.
About Miguel Pinheiro, right?
Yeah.
And in the movie, Benjamin Bratt played him.
Yes.
But you had a very hard time. You wanted the rights to this.
Yes.
And it took you kind of like years to get it. You finally get it. Then you find out there was like a blooper that they gave it to you, but they really wasn't supposed to give it to you.
Story of my life.
Right. And you had to get like lawyers involved. But you're like,
yeah,
you said yes, and you can't take it. No backseas. You can't take it back.
That's right.
So you do this. And you hear from Miguel's brother.
Yes.
And tell me about the meeting with him and the letter.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. This one is crazy.
Gives me goosebumps.
So we had applied for the rights and we couldn't get them. We finally got them. And
for people who don't know who Miguel was,
Miguel Pinheiro is iconic. He's the first Latino playwright to go to Broadway. He was incarcerated for a long amount of time. And he wrote a play while incarcerated in prison called Short Eyes. Right. And the play it's about prison and about a pedophile that gets brought into the tier. Right. And this pedophile gets killed. Mm-hmm. And it's a real masterful play that really touches the human condition. Yes. And when should you take the law into your own hand? And anyways, we produced a play in Los Angeles at a place called the Los Angeles Theater Center. Yes. So the play was a big hit.
Yes.
We get like the LA Times Critics Pick. It's just big hit. A lot of celebrities come out. Benjamin Bratt, all kinds of celebrities. Jimmy Smits, a bunch of people came out to see because the play hadn't been done in so long.
Right.
Long story short, fast forwarding, I get a phone call from Miguel Pinheiro's brother. Miguel Pinheiro has passed away, I believe, in 86. I believe 86, 88. His brother calls me from Miami, and he wants to meet. So I fly to Miami, me and the director. We go to Miami. We meet him at Versailles, and we're having lunch. Yeah. He breaks out this box, and he says, listen, when you applied for the rights, they contact us. And he said, we didn't know who you were. Right. He said, but I seen that you wanted to produce the play at this venue.
Right.
He goes,
yep.
And that venue, the address rang in his head.
Yes.
He pulls out this letter and hands it to me. He goes, read this letter. So I read this letter. What it was when the brother was in the military, Miguel was out here doing his thing. And he would write to his brother. Right. And Miguel, had a drug issue. Right. So you would see, and he would write in poetry because Miguel Pinheiro is a masterful poet, right? He would even write in like a poetic slang. And sometimes his thoughts would stop and then like he'd pick up in another ink. And you go, oh, so he'd probably stop for a few days.
Right.
Okay, so at the end of this letter, I give it back to him. I go, this was amazing. It was touching. He goes, look at the bottom of the letter.
Look at the letterhead.
Look at the letterhead.
The letterhead.
The letterhead.
This gives me goosebumps.
This is crazy. The letterhead had the address of the venue that I was producing the play at, because that venue used to be a bank.
Right.
So Miguel must have been in that bank doing some work when he took that paper to start writing his brother. And he goes, when I seen that, what are the odds? I knew my brother was going to be with you guys on this production.
Amazing.
Isn't that wild?
It's incredible story.
You can't even make that up. I was like so blown away by that.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I tell you, every time I hear that story, I get goosebumps because again, it's another full circle moment for you.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It's insane. It's insane. So let's talk about your podcast.
Yes.
That Ralph and I did yesterday.
Yes.
Tell everyone the name of it.
Yeah, so it's Finding Your Inspiration.
There it is.
Please go to YouTube, Finding Your Inspiration, Paul Tully. Please subscribe. Social media, find us. This podcast is so important to me. Basically what it is a company called National Core. I live in a National Core building. Mm-hmm. What they do is they build affordable housing throughout the country.
Right.
They're focused on building affordable housing so people could have dignity and a place that they could afford to live. I live in one of the buildings. When I got my movie made, so the way this all happened was I would use, the manager of my building would let me use the rec center to rehearse my actors because I couldn't afford theaters to rehearse them. Replica, I'm talking about. I rehearse them. Fast forward a couple years later, I get my movie done. I invite the manager of my building to come. He was from Compton, African-American guy, a great man. Maurice, he has passed on recently of cancer. He came to the premiere with the maintenance guy, who's a Mexican guy, also he's from South Central. And they seen my movie and they just went nuts. They were like, yo, this movie's so, I mean, they really loved Murder Motel. Like more than I expected. And next thing I know, Maurice, I didn't know he called Jill, the head of marketing of National Court, the corporate office, say, we got this guy living in our building who you interviewed. She had interviewed me years before because of my Navy service and said, remember that guy? And she's like, yeah, another full circle. She goes, I remember Paul. She goes, dude, he made this movie with Mickey Rourke. And she's like, Mickey Rourke? Paul? In our building? And long story short, the CEO, Jeff Burham, a great man. He was building a studio and looking for somebody to join their team to kind of help. So long story short, they flew me. It turned into
And this was after you did my show 3 years ago.
After I did your show.
Because I remember you talking about it.
So I met with the CEOs, the board of directors. They watched my movie in Utah. They flew me to Utah. They watched Murder Motel in this big screening room. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't have time. I'll have to get into this story later. It's really, you want bone chilling. That has to do with this too. With one of the board members. But anyways, they asked me to come up with something. So we together, me, Jill, and Jeff created this concept. Why don't we do a podcast where we bring people from all walks of life and we bring them on and find the blueprint of how they found what inspires them and how they became that. And it's like a blueprint for people who live in our affordable housing buildings that are looking to better their lives, to have motivation and inspiration. Now it's gotten bigger. I mean, we're not huge. We got like 30,000 subscribers. We've been growing. And we
Well, I want to thank you again for having me on yesterday.
It was
and
an honor.
Ralph, I know we had a blast, and that'll be something that will be airing in a month or two.
Great.
So when it does come out, I will definitely share it. I want to read something before we go.
Sure.
Okay. This is Paul's words. I'm a city kid. It might take some getting used to. I'm very passionate about my art. I got the Empire state of mind, which means I don't waste any time. I set my mind on something and I make it happen. I love acting and producing. I make sure every day counts, and I try to have no regrets. And I have to tell you, that about sums it up.
Thank you.
And I get a little emotional because, and I told him this before, sorry. This is crazy. I didn't expect this. I'm blessed God put you in my life. I really am. I'm sorry, this is so crazy. I didn't mean for this to happen. This happened to Ralph yesterday. And it's happening to me today. I am, because I believe there are no accidents in life. And I love what you do. And I love how you touch people, including me. So you keep doing you. And like I told you, it doesn't hurt to ask. All a person can say is no.
Yeah.
And we don't want to knock on doors. We want to kick them in.
Yeah.
So you keep doing what you're doing. And my door's always open to you anytime you're here.
Thank you.
So after getting all verklempt and emotional, which I did not expect, I just want to thank everyone for watching and supporting me. Thank you for Paul for coming. This was great. I do appreciate this. And I just want to tell everyone, thank you for tuning in again. Sorry, I got so emotional. I don't know what that noise is. Listen, again, thank you everyone for watching Tea Time. I'm so happy to be back. Tune in next week. And remember, tell everyone you love them. Ciao. Say goodbye.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.